Hi, my name is Minna. I'm a librarian at Southwest Regional Library. Today we're going to be tie-dyeing some plain white face masks. We will be reviewing different tie-dye techniques, some of which were inspired by Tie-Dye 101 by Suzanne McNeil, available for free on Hoopla. We purchased tulip one-step tie-dye kits to dye our masks, but you could even use fabric dye available at the grocery store or food coloring. Your results may vary a little bit depending on what kind of dye you use and what kind of fabric you put it on. The masks that we are dyeing today are plain white 100% cotton face masks donated by Young at Art Museum in Davie. 100% cotton is the best material for tie-dye because it takes the dye the most evenly, as you can see here from one of our finished products. These are the supplies we used for our project. A plastic tablecloth, that's very important. Tie-dye, masks or other fabric items to apply dye to, rubber bands, gloves, a bowl of clean water, and plastic wrap or plastic bags to put your finished products in. For the circle technique, let's start by pinching a corner of our mask where we'd like the center of our circle to be and rubber banding tightly around the base. You want to make sure your rubber bands are tight and don't have any white showing. Then rubber band in segments down the length of your project so we get the concentric circles look. If you'd like a second circle, you can pinch another portion to make another circle center and rubber band out from there. Once you've finished rubber banding your project and it's ready, you can put it into the bowl of water and get it damp. When you're ready to start tie-dyeing, we tie-dyed ours in alternating segments of blue and green. When you're happy with your project, make sure you get it onto clean plastic and wrap it up for at least 6 hours to cure. For the crumple style, we start by crumpling our mask up into a tight fabric ball. You'll want to rubber band your little fabric ball from every direction to make sure that the fabric is pressed tightly together and none of it is hanging out loose. When you're satisfied that your little fabric ball is thoroughly rubber banded, go ahead and put it into the bowl of water and then squeeze it out to get ready for tie-dyeing. We dyed ours with yellow, orange, and red to give it the desired crumpled effect. When you're satisfied with your tie-dye, go ahead and wrap it in plastic wrap that's clean for at least 6 hours or overnight to fully cure. For the vertical shibori style, let's start by pleating our fabric accordion style left to right. You're then going to rubber band your pleated fabric at intervals down the length of the fabric. Once you have all your rubber bands on, go ahead and dampen your fabric in the bowl of water and squeeze it out. We're applying dye between the rubber banded segments, alternating with hot pink and orange. You can let your dye overlap or add additional colors. You want to thoroughly saturate your fabric. When you are done, go ahead and wrap your project up in clean plastic wrap and let it cure. For the horizontal shibori style, pleat your fabric accordion style from top to bottom. Rubber band one end very tightly, making sure that no white space is showing. You then might want to check your pleats to make sure they're even before you continue to rubber band your project. Rubber band intervals down the length of the mask, making sure that the rubber bands are on tightly with no white space. When you're ready, get your mask wet in a bowl of water and squeeze out prior to tie-dyeing. We dyed our mask with segments of purple and then added turquoise at each rubber band, but you're certainly welcome to dye your project any colors you'd like. When you're satisfied with your project, make sure that you put it onto clean plastic wrap and let it cure at least 6 hours or overnight. For the ombre style, your fabric should be extra wet when you start, not wrung out. It should definitely be more wet instead of more damp to the touch. We're using teal to create our ombre today. You're going to apply your dye to one side and then blend it with your fingertips towards the other side. You may find that you want to go back and add extra dye at the bottom of the mask to give it a darker look and more of an ombre blend. You might have to do that a couple of times before you're pleased with the color. When you're happy with your project, cover it with a sheet of clean plastic wrap and let it sit for at least 6 hours. You can leave it as long as 24 before you rinse it out. The dye curing, rinsing, and hang dry instructions are the same for every tie-dye project that we're doing today. Typically, I leave the project to cure anywhere between 12 to 24 hours. Rinse in cold water to remove the excess dye, and then keep rinsing until the water runs clear. If you're interested in trying these techniques for yourself and you'd like to take a look at the book we use for reference, you can find it by going to broward.org/library, choosing eMedia, and then selecting Hoopla. Hoopla is a great resource for e-materials, and you never have to worry about returning your books on time. Happy crafting, have fun, and stay safe.